14 of the NFL. And the question is, are you ready for some football? It's the Raiders and the reigning AFC champs. Next on Madden NFL 22.
They love their crab cakes and they love their football. That's what Maryland does. And we're at M&T Bank Stadium down near the Inner Harbor of Baltimore. The two teams emerging from their respective tunnels a minute ago to the approval of this Baltimore crowd. They're all set as their Ravens will match up with the Las Vegas Raiders. With Charles Davis, as always, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, you talked about storylines in this one. I think it begins and ends with our two core. Two teams trying to stake their claim to postseason football. Week 14 of the NFL is underway. Fielded right around the 8. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23. They'll throw on first down with Jackson. Oh, he's going to air it out right away. And this will be caught at the 30. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. Anthony Schwartz, 77 yards. And the Ravens have taken the early lead. No going for two. They'll kick the point after. And the Ravens lead at 7-0. Those are the kind of drives they like on offense, from the coordinator to the quarterback, the line, everybody. One-play drive and into the end zone for 6. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Play action. It's Fields. Blitz coming, and down he goes. They'll wind up losing 8 on the sack there, and it's second down. And now the Raven defense going to call a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. Well behind the sticks here with a 2nd and 18. Out of the gun, Fields. Finding his safety valve here. That's complete. And able to get this across the 20 before going out of bounds. So give him 5 yards there on the pitch and catch. And that'll force upon him a 3rd and 14. We'll see what kind of mindset they have here offensively after giving up the touchdown on the opening drive. And he goes down. The Ravens able to get to him. Looks like a 9-yard loss. And it also brings up 4. So now make that a 2nd sack for them on this drive.
And Brandon, we hear it every week when we go out to do a game. Everyone talks about playing complementary football. Their offense goes down and scores. They see that, and they want to back them up, and that they did, getting 2 sacks on this first drive.
Here's the Raiders punter now. As the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. It'll wind up just a 35-yard punt, no return. And the Ravens set up well to begin their drive as it'll begin in enemy territory already. The Ravens heading out on offense as we look at the playoff picture in the AFC. As of this moment, as pretty much everyone knows, they sit alone in that top spot, but nothing is guaranteed. They haven't even clinched the playoffs. So a good start, but a long way to go.
And you know, a blunt veteran inside their locker room has stood up at one point or another and said, you know all this means nothing so far. We've got to cover this, get it done. What do we want to be? It's like winning a title in August, right, in preseason. Doesn't count. Let's go ahead and get this thing done.
To throw again on second down, Jackson. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And he's going to get this one down to the edge of the red zone. catch and run. From the red zone now, here's Jackson on first down. Back of the end zone. Could he get his feet down? No, it's incomplete.
I usually hesitate when I say a guy's got world-class speed.
Plenty of shouts from this crowd as they watch the replay. They want a challenge, and they're going to get one. And we'll get a moment here as they look this one over.
Yeah, remember now, the call on the field is what they'll stick with unless they have clear video evidence to the contrary. And I give these officials a lot of credit. Such a tough and demanding job. You and I both know that. Yeah, they make the right call way more often than they get it wrong.
After review of the play, the ruling on the field changed.
So not successful there on the challenge, and he'll have to be careful from here on out because he'll only have one challenge remaining. After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. Jackson will throw again. Flush to his right. And he just chucked that one out of bounds, out of everyone's reach. Maybe a wise call not to take a sack in this part of the field. It brings up 3rd down. On 3rd down, Jackson. Got a man, it's caught for a Ravens touchdown. A great effort there. His 26th touchdown, drawing even with Marshall Faulk for the 4th most in a single season. And the Ravens lead this now 13-0 here in the opening quarter of the ballgame. Extra point splits the uprights, and that'll make the score 14-0. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Second drive of the game coming up for this Las Vegas offense. And there, of course, was a lot of talk about this ball game coming into play. 2 division leaders in the AFC. Could this be a potential playoff preview down the line?
Yeah, and I think when you talk about the talk about this game coming into play, you're talking about me because I blew up your phone all week prior to this one. I was so excited about this game because to me, it's not out of the realm of possibility that these two teams see each other again down the road. I like this matchup. They match up very well against each other.
Now this throw caught left side and out across midfield down to the 45. A big play there for the Raiders. So the big play moves them all the way across midfield. It's 1st and 10 from the 45. They'll fake the handoff. Now Fields. He's got the first down here inside the 30. And he is in. Touchdown, Raiders. A great play there. His 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Raiders are back within a score. They were already down 2 scores early. They needed something to try to stem that tide, and that certainly qualifies. A big play to get them in the end zone.
It qualifies indeed because, let's face it, they don't get something done on this drive, turn it back over, this game could be 88 and out the gate early.
What? 88 and out the gate?
Yeah.
What's that?
Well, listen, I used to hear my old man talk about it. It usually meant that thing's done.
Oh, well, now that they got the touchdown, it's not 88 and out the gate. We still got a good game going ahead of us. Now the extra point try forthcoming. And that one makes it 14-7. So they only needed 3 plays on that drive. And it ends with a Las Vegas touchdown. So after the made field goal, here's McPherson to send this one away. From the 6. Oh, good return up past the 30. Still going. And he will score. Touchdown, Ravens. I know a lot of special teams coaches, they just want to keep it away from him because that's what he can do.
And others have egos that their players can't keep up with. And they say, challenge him. kick it to him. The way he runs as fast as he is, I wouldn't challenge him at all. I'd do everything possible to keep it away.
He is just a blur when he gets a full head of steam, and he got a full head of steam there. Everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. And my goodness, they're now out of timeouts here in this first quarter. Now the extra point. It's good, and it is now 21-7. And what a job there by all 11 on the kick return. The blocking excellent, the return excellent. The result, 6 points. So let's try this again. After the kick return TD, here's yet another kickoff. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Las Vegas's offense back out there ready to go. I guess they have to feel a little gratified to at least get on the board last time, but still work to do.
No doubt about it. I wonder now if they're going to try to increase the urgency a little bit, maybe pump up the pace, maybe go 2 minute. Who knows? Let's see what they decide to do.
And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up. Off play action, Fields. Rush coming, and he's taken down. And we're going to Bucks as a 7-yard loss on the sack, and it's 3rd down. Here's Fields. And that is incomplete.
I'll tell you what, these last couple of drives, much better from a defensive perspective. They gave up a touchdown on the opening drive, and then after forcing a punt on their last possession, it looks like they're going to get the football back again.
Las Vegas sending out their punter now, standing right on his own 5-yard line. And he'll get this away into the icy winter air. 35 yards that time on the punt, and the Ravens, they'll take over. Baltimore's offense set for this next possession. And right now they're saying, hey, let's keep this going. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, can't ask for a better start than that, can you? I mean, this is the way you practice it. This is the way you rehearse it. But right now, the play calling, they're locked in really well.
Throwing now, Jackson on 1st down. He's going to loft one deep left side here. That's caught inside the 20. And in for the Ravens touchdown. Anthony Schwartz with touchdown number 2 in the game, and now 11 on the year. And the Ravens are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Point after, right down the middle. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. Well, not content with the first quarter lead, I guess. They're going to go onside kick. And the hands team for the Raiders able to secure it. So an onside kick fail in the first quarter. Not sure I completely see the logic there.
It's not apparent, is it? You almost have to go deeper, I think, and maybe if we try and work along with them and speculate a little bit here, they must like they need to...
Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. They'll wind up losing 8 on the sack there, They come up on 2nd and long, and the pass protection just has not been there this afternoon. Another try after the first down sack. Fields. And he's down right around midfield after a gain of 2, maybe 3. And some secondary help here for the defense in the nickel on 3rd and long. From the 50, here's Fields. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And he'll be taken down as that will take us to the end of the first quarter of play. Now after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. While the trainers take a look, we'll step aside. An entertaining start to this one. More to come on EA Sports. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. The Raiders with the football here to begin quarter number 2. As they've got it with a 1st and 10. Now this one complete downfield on the left side. And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done. From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10. Inside the red zone here, they'll look to throw. Throwing the out route incomplete. It's Page. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. From the 5, here's 2nd and 2. From the gun, here's Fields. And it's caught. Touchdown. A great effort there. With touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Raiders get a score closer. Extra point right down the middle. And the lead will be cut down to 14. A drive that time of 6 plays. And it winds up in 6 points for the Raiders. And this will be a touchback, so they'll bring it out to the 25. Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. Throwing to start the drive. Jackson, he's going to loft one deep left side here. That's caught at the 25. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. Anthony Schwartz on his way to a monster game. 3 first-half touchdowns. And the Ravens will extend their lead. Extra point forthcoming. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. One of the shortest drives you'll ever see. 1 play, 75 yards, 6 points. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. The return man down to a knee, and this will come out to the 25-yard line. The Raider offense heading out as we take a look at the playoff race in the AFC. And I tell you, 4 weeks still to go, and everything is wide open, and it's fun.
And I know we always talk about, well, if the playoffs were to begin today, and then we kind of go, okay, but they're not. Let's see how it plays out. Wouldn't it be fun to play with this playoff lineup right now? Because to me, just about anyone can win this whole thing out of this grouping we currently have. And by the time we get there, it may look entirely different.
On 2nd and 11 now. Fields. And his throw here is incomplete. Something we haven't really seen much of from him, an incomplete pass. Yeah, last week he finished at 70%. This week he's up over 80%. I don't know how you slow him down. Pass rush is usually the best way because a quarterback on his back usually can't complete a pass. Now a deep ball here, hauled in just past the 50. And he's taken down right at the 45-yard line. A big play there for the Raiders. So the big play moves them all the way across midfield. It's 1st and 10 from the 45. Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone. An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Fields now to throw. Blitz coming, and down he goes. It'll go as a loss of 3 on the sack, and it brings up 3rd down. Now it's Fields. The throw to the left side, caught by Coleman. And he's going to be stopped here at the 43, and that is not near enough to pick up the first. The completion good for only 6, and that'll bring up 4th. And this is off target to the left. Didn't get there anyway. It's no good, and this score will stay right where it is. It's not too often you see a holder putting that football down right on the midfield stripe. 60 yards, Charles, but a little bit too much to bite off there.
Yeah, it's good to show confidence in your kicker. That might have been just a little bit too much. I'll guarantee you, as you just noted, putting it down on the midfield stripe, the holder's thinking to himself,
and all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. Anthony Schwartz on his way to a historic performance, 4 first-half touchdowns. And the Ravens are able to widen their lead here in this first half.
Okay, we need to double-check here with Marvin because he keeps all of our good stats, but what I've got is 5 drives, 5 touchdowns, and they've got a nice, healthy lead.
Well, after the first drive, we thought things might be clicking. They're really clicking at this point. They're clicking about as much as they can click.
And
I just said click a lot.
Yes, you did, but that's okay because the guy who's coordinating the defense, trying to slow them down,
good luck.
He's going to have hair that looks like mine very soon. Not much of it.
And this will not be returned. It's a touchback, and they'll begin at the 25. Now out comes their leader and the captain of this offense back onto the field. A lot of the problems have been on the other side of the ball. Is that frustrating for a quarterback who's been playing well?
It is, but there's no way that the best ones let their teammates know that. They actually take it upon themselves and say, okay, I have to do even more, or I need to play better. Maybe even say I put my defense in a bad spot. That's what true leadership shows you.
Yeah, well, he doesn't need to change much personally. And he'll get about 4 across the 30 to the 32. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. Coming up at halftime, I'll go from one personality, that's you, Charles Davis, to another one in Orlando, the coach. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL. You and Jonathan Coachman, both larger than life.
No doubt about it.
But you're stuck with me in this booth,
yes,
and he's miles away and smiling.
And happy.
And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. Now a first down throw, Fields. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. Touchdown Raiders. A big play there with his second touchdown here in this first half. And the Raiders make some inroads here on that deficit. Extra point splits the uprights, and that'll cut the lead back down to 21. After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. This will be returned from deep in the end zone. And he's going to be taken down inside the 10 at about the 8-yard line.
Anytime you feel the kickoff inside your own end zone, you've got to be decisive about whether you're bringing it out or not. Sometimes that indecision can really cost you. That may have been what happened on that play.
On 1st and 10, it's Jackson. They'll get that one complete to counter. And they work this well upfield across the 45. A big connection on that one. 39 yards. The big play has him all the way out near midfield for a 1st and 10. He'll buy some time right. And he will find his man Schwartz. That's complete. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. From the gun, Jackson. Buying time to his left. finding room to the 20. And he's got it all the way down to the 12-yard line.
That is definitely what we call on defense an uh-oh play. And what you mean by that is against Lamar Jackson, when you see him out of the pocket, you're...
And this is caught. Touchdown, Baltimore. A great play there in the final seconds of the first half. And the Ravens would extend their lead here just before halftime. Point after, right down the middle. And the route is on here in this first half. So that drive of 4 plays, and it's capped off by the Baltimore score. Maybe time for one play on offense. 7 seconds to go in the half as the kick is away. And a short kick taken at about the 16. And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line. And with time running short here, they'll simply take a knee, and that should do it for half number 1. So we now proceed to the start of the second half.
With both of these offenses having their way, it's not likely they'll need to be doing a whole lot at halftime. But the defenses are definitely in need of some adjusting. And for the call of the second half, let's go back out to Brandon and Charles.
Yeah, Coach, certainly no shortage of action in those first 2 quarters. Definitely got to work on my touchdown calls, so we'll see how much voice I have left for the second half here. Out comes the Raiders offense. They'll go on offense first to start quarter number 3. And they have a mountainous deficit looming in front of them. It was really, Charles, a disaster of a first half. So where do they go from here?
Well, first thing they have to remember is that what's done is done, and there's no going back. And now you have to play this drive by drive. Obviously, come back in this spot, pretty unlikely. But you still have to go out, take pride in your work, and try and put something together here in the second half.
And they'll run on the inside handoff. And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. It'll be a loss of a couple on the play, so now third down coming up. Back to throw, Fields. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Burke. 20, 10, 5, touchdown. A great effort there. With his second touchdown of the game, 4th of the year. And the Raiders come right out of the locker room and score here in the opening minute of the third quarter. Extra point right down the middle. And that'll cut the lead back down to 21. So after the made field goal, here's McPherson to send this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Ravens offense getting ready now for their first possession of the second half. And they were terrific in the first half, built up a sizable lead, and it's just been cut into a bit following the opening drive score on the other side. But this is a unit that has to be itching to get the football again.
You can say that again. They've got to be pretty eager because, let's face it, they've had to sit through halftime, then sit on the sidelines and watch that drive. So you can bet that they're saying, let's get on with this. We got to go out there and get some more points.
That catch good for only a couple.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. 6 yards there off the scramble, but it'll still leave him with a third down. Jackson steps away to his left, and he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Looks like the offense is going to take another shot here. They're going on 4th and 13.
He's coming. Check in. He's coming this way. Here we go.
They'll indeed go for it with Jackson. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And the defense loses him. It's complete. And he is finally out of bounds, just shy of the 5, all the way down at the 6. And a really unbelievable play there on 4th and long. Jackson from the shotgun. Flushed out right. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
And those two just have been in sync thus far. They've done a nice job against him, but still, with his talent, you would expect him to have more completions to him in this game.
2nd down and goal. Jackson dancing to his left. And he's going to go down just outside of the 5, right around the 6-yard line.
That's his 2nd sack of the game. The best defensive ends, they do their homework as much as offensive guys do. They know how to beat the offensive lineman across from them, what moves they need to do to set them up. This guy's been pretty good at it.
Got a man, it's caught for a Ravens touchdown. A great play there. His 2nd touchdown on the season as the Ravens push further out in front.
He was able to move around and found some vision to throw the football. And how about how he ended it? Boy, he had some zip on that throw.
Yeah, it doesn't hurt to have an arm like that. Results in the touchdown here. Great play offensively. Out comes the kicking team here for the extra point. And that'll increase their lead to 28. So that drives 7 plays in length. And it's capped off with a Ravens touchdown. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And they're going to have really good starting field position here as that's taken up close to the 40. Here's Las Vegas ready to take the field. They have been struggling. I would imagine at halftime they went through some possible changes. Well, those changes aren't working, so now where do you go?
I think that now it's much more in their head. And what I mean by that is just what you said. You've gone over the changes. I bet they were pretty clinical at the half, not too emotional. They might need to go to the emotional side because you've got to find something, some spark somewhere. And so far, just being calm hasn't exactly worked.
They need any spark at this point. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. The Ravens bring out an extra defensive back here on 3rd. A shotgun snap, Fields. And it's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he is going to have the Raiders first down as they're able to convert by plenty there on 3rd and 1. Under a minute to go in this 3rd quarter as they come up 1st and 10. Now they try the right side here. And they'll wind up getting this to the 37. Gain of 9. The previous run good for 9. Here's 2nd and a yard. And he'll give it here to his running back. And they'll be inside the 35 now at the 34-yard line. And that is going to do it for this 3rd quarter of action. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. He's going to get this one out to his fullback. 3 yards the gain there, 2nd down. To throw is Fields. And that's going to be caught for a Raider touchdown. A great effort there. His 6th touchdown of the season. So they called it a touchdown originally, and this will stay a touchdown after the video review, so they had it right. Extra point splits the uprights, and that'll cut the lead back down to 21. So still lots of work left to do, but here comes the onside kick. And this one recovered by the hands team for the Ravens. Well, fourth quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical. I like his thought process and his ability to move and get downfield. But what I didn't like was the final decision, to go out of bounds. They want to keep the clock moving. Instead, they give the defense an extra timeout.
And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. That's a good chunk of yardage. It's going to be canceled out.
And we always talk about hidden yardage in a game. That's going to count as that because now it doesn't go on the books, but now they have to make that up again, don't they?
Escaping the pressure right. They'll find Schwartz complete right side. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. Now, after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on first down. While the training staff takes a peek, we'll take a break. Now a nice play defensively on first down as this is knocked away and incomplete. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. From the gun, it's Jackson. Eluding the pressure right. And he's going to have the hook up to Schwartz. And he'll get 7 yards from the 17 to the 10 before he's taken down. The Ravens on third down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This time it's 3rd and 3. Flush to his right. And he is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. Lamar Jackson. A 10-yard touchdown run. And the Ravens add on to their lead, and it's looking like that win streak is going to extend another week. Point after up and good. And that'll increase their lead to 28. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Vegas offense ready for their next possession. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
And the drive starts with a completion left side. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35.
Well, this game was decided a while ago, and that completion there is going to artificially inflate his passing numbers. So right now, the only one really applauding probably his agent as he thinks about angling for a new contract.
And that's caught inside the 35. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. So in Raven territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 34. Here's Fields. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And inside the 20 before he's brought down.
Well, this game is certainly pretty well over. They can go ahead and mark it in the win column. But as a defense, they don't want to get so soft now that everybody just throws the ball all over the place against them, gets big yardage, and puts points on the board. They have pride, too, on that side of the ball.
And the Raiders are going to have a 1st and goal as he'll be taken down at the 7-yard line. Now Fields. And this will be incomplete. At this point, down big, you'd have to imagine this defense, they're just going to sit back, blanket the field as best they can.
Yeah, this is actually the easy part of the game for them because, just as you noted, they can sit back, keep everything in front of them. But they blanketed the field the entire game using a variety of coverages.
It'll be a gain of 5, and it's going to set up a 3rd and goal. And they'll turn to the power game to try to get in. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Raider touchdown. It's the fullback. His first touchdown on the year. And the Raiders get a small measure of revenge as they cut into this fourth quarter deficit. Point after, right down the middle. And that'll cut the lead back down to 21. So still lots of work left to do, but here comes the onside kick. And this one recovered by the hands team for the Ravens. Now they're down big here in the fourth. They had to try the onside kick. Can't fault them for the effort at least.
No, you can't at all. And if nothing else, now you've put something that you're trying to practice, right, that you've worked on into a game situation, and now you can go back and dissect it. So if you need it again sometime, maybe you'll find a better way to do it. But, yeah, this game's pretty much done for them.
Oh, that's into double coverage and intercepted. Picked off at the 24. And he'll get this back to the 32-yard line. So it's Raider football as we get you reset. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. Let's just be frank. They're playing for pride at this point.
That's all that's left, because victory, not a chance now. And I can't wait to see how they actually go about doing it, because there are a lot of people watching the body language of the guys on the field now, and if they call plays they want executed, they need to do that and do it really well. Otherwise, there could be repercussions.
We'll see how they handle the waning moments of this one. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. Fields. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he'll be out of bounds as he gets it down to the 30 there. 3 yards the gain there, 2nd down. Fields throwing again. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And he'll be out of bounds, able to get it down to the 25 there. It'll go as a gain of 4. And all of a sudden here, it's 3rd down. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. Touchdown, Raiders. A great play there. His 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Raiders have got it back to a 2-score game here in the 4th. The extra point up and good. And the lead will be cut down to 14. So 2 scores down. Time definitely not an ally, but here comes the onside kick. And this one recovered by the hands team for the Ravens. They knew they needed a miracle. They had to have that onside kick. They didn't get it.
Well, as we knew, even before they put the toe to the leather on that one, their chances of getting that done, slim and none. And I do believe we saw Slim just leave the door, didn't we?
We did indeed. I think we're down to none. Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete.
After what they faced during this game, where they've given up a ton of yards downfield, there has to be a measure of revenge right there for the secondary. They've been shredded throughout the game and finally forced an incompletion.
On 2nd down, Kendrick. The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just over a minute to go in the game. They'll need to get this to the 38. That's where the 1st down marker is here on 3rd. They'll keep it on the ground. Kendrick. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line.
Let's go.
Now the Raiders going to go ahead and use the 2nd of their timeouts as they get it with under a minute to go now in the football game. And despite the late lead, Jackson to throw. Flushed out right. And he'll be out of bounds, able to get it down to the 25 there. Charles, did I just hear that right? They declined the personal foul. 3 yards, they just declined them.
And I have to think that the official is thinking to himself, did I just hear that correctly, that you declined that one? All I can think of is that someone on the field got confused. Because it had to, because you're going to take the yards on that penalty each and every time. And Brandon, this is the time of the game when Jackson could really take over. He's got the defense's legs a little bit tired. He's got them on the run.
Yeah, this defense looks gassed, and you're exactly right. Second half with the lead, this is when Lamar Jackson seems to thrive. Now the Raiders going to burn their third and final timeout as they stop it here with just under 40 seconds to go in the game. Ball sits on the 10, 2nd and 5. And now Jackson will look to throw it. Escaping the pressure right. Finding his safety valve here. That's complete. And they'll go backwards here. Losing yardage to the 14. On third down, Jackson to the goal line, but it's incomplete.
How about this defense? They came up with a couple of big plays in this sequence, and none better than the one right there, forcing the incompletion and bringing up 4th down.
And his kick is indeed good, and that'll push the lead up to 17. Well, he was a spectator for much of this game. This is his first field goal opportunity of the entire contest, but he's able to connect.
Yeah, he had a pretty good seat to this one, didn't he? But let's face it, all kickers that you and I know, they want to contribute. They want their opportunity, and he seized his.
And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. This is just an exercise in futility. Do you even bother running a play here offensively?
I wouldn't, because now is not going to erase what's happened during the game. So after it's over, you're going to go to the film, find out where the game was really lost. But this is not a situation now where you're going to make up for anything.
We'll see what they do here.